Peace. Peace to the gods, peace to the goddesses. I would like to give the utmost adulation to the HOTC Universal Stand Up. Welcome to everyone on the panel. I am Lindsay, and this is another amazing episode of Knowledge Uprising. And I would like to start off with this quote: "The constant assertion of belief is an indication of fear." And I would like to welcome everybody back to the panel. And we have two new panelists here for the first time. We got Antoine and Rochelle. Welcome to the panel. And to everyone that's tuning in, welcome. And to the panelists, how you doing out there, brothers and sister?
Peace and bliss to
What
everybody.
up? How you do?
Hey, peace to everybody out there, you know what I'm saying? HOTC. Everybody know what it is, man. Peace, you know what I'm saying, to all the guys and goddesses.
You like giving quotes, so I will give one as well. This is from Nikola Tesla. The scientists of today think deeply instead of clearly. One must be sane to think clearly, but one can think deeply and be quite insane.
Yo, peace to everybody. I don't know if y'all caught me the first time, man. My phone was tweaking. But much love to everybody on the panel, everybody out there watching, man. Get your spirits up, man. Free Larry Hoover.
Well, I guess he don't know we live yet. Well, in reference to that, Corey, I would like to say when you have run so many trials and tests and ran out of conclusions, it's only that you can only come to a logical conclusion, which may seem minuscule. I'm gonna leave that quote at that. And that was a nice Nikola Tesla quote. So, what's good tonight with the family? Well, here we go. You done dropped out. What's happening, though, brothers? Sister, what's the word?
Chilling, chilling, chilling.
The word is truth not for sale. Facts is discount to lies. Lies hurt. Mental capacity should not distract birthrights. Should not discount quality of life. There's a thought for you.
Brother, do you know what you just started? Everybody is going to go in the greatest that they know and find some type of poem or saying, and that's beautiful because every show should start that way.
Bet.
No show does that. Yeah, we give credence to Michael, thanks for coming. Bob, hey, glad to have you. But do you give that mental in the beginning of your show, and then people come in and give their in the beginning of the show? That's
Yeah,
beautiful.
man. That's what it's about, man. That's what makes the show good, man.
No, I just did that, and take it and run with it. Every beginning of every show should be with somebody giving a quote from someone, even if we don't agree with them. That's fine. That's fine. But give that on the show.
Something to think about
So,
throughout the
so
whole
I'll
show.
give
We may end the
I'll give
show
a
and you're
quote.
still thinking about that quote.
Yes.
I'll give a quote, but
And
it's one of my
hold
own
on,
quotes.
Antoine.
Go ahead. Go
Now
ahead.
let me now
Hold on
let me
one
say it.
second now. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Go
No,
ahead.
it's a quote. Everybody can chime in afterwards. My quote is to each his own.
Oh,
A
that's some
man's
real shit. I
now
done
listen.
heard that one.
No, listen. To each his own. A man's like a dog to a bone. but a real father takes care of his home. That's my quote to everybody. Take care of your home, take care of your family, take care of your
Dude,
community.
that's freaking deep,
Real
bro.
shit. Real shit.
Take care
Hey,
and take care of
And
take care of your
Uprising,
community,
you know,
and
let me tell you
that's
something,
everybody.
bro. Poems and energy doesn't have a specific walk of life. It's everybody within our animals, trees, ourselves. It's everywhere. And when somebody's really thinking, oh shit, the show's about to start, I need to get something, you know they're going to come from heart and they're going to try and push it. And some people will push it off. That's fine. But what Antoine just said, we took something very simplistic and he manipulated it to be something very sophisticated. It's beautiful, man. I'm telling you that this is now, I understand when people talk about poems, when they rap about poems, because we're not paying attention anymore. We just want to hear that beat. I like the beat. That's a good beat. Did you hear what the dude said? No, I didn't hear shit. That's a beautiful thing, man.
Yeah, most definitely. And it's something about, words and the way we use words that resonate people in a positive frequency, a higher frequency, or a low frequency. It's just all about how it's used and the meaning behind it, or what type of meaning you can give to it.
We've spent so much time understanding etymology of words, and I think, and
Not too
this is a
much because
great.
people still don't understand words because
That's
people
okay.
people no, but see, it's not okay when we say we spent so much time. But how
We
much time have we spent
Here's the thing. We've spent so
individually? You
much
get what I'm
time.
saying?
Wait a minute. We've spent so much time breaking them down. We haven't used them for their beauty.
I got,
Poems.
But see, in essence, the beauty could be harmful.
but also you got to look at how words are used. So I get where court is coming from,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
take
yeah.
the word disrupt. The word disrupt can be used to mean destroy something. It just depends on how you use it in a sentence. But
Yeah.
because you use it that way in a sentence doesn't mean that the next person is going to see it that way. So that's the one thing that you got to look at also. And that's the same thing they do when it comes to the court of law, and and it's the same thing when it comes to like debates, or when it comes to agreeing and disagreeing with your distant relatives, as I like to call everybody, or
Yeah,
your co-workers, fellow man,
yeah,
mankind, one man. So we got to understand how these words are used, because we spend so much time trying to redefine through the languages that we forget that we have to use the words to understand what they truly mean.
yeah. Real.
Because if you're learning a new language, you got to practice that language. You can't just sit there and just be walking with an app on your phone just saying random words. You got to know how to talk in that language. You have to talk to people who speak the language.
That's real stuff. That's real stuff. I would like to shout out to my HOTC brother, Fat Vegan. What's up, brother? I see you in the chat. Information Man Show. What's up? I see you, brother. Yo, check your check your hangouts, man. I done sent you a message. Uh who is this? Solving the race problem. Brother, I sent you a message too. You brothers can join this panel live right now if you would like. Come on, hit that link I sent in the back chat in the hangouts. Mr. L, what's up, brother? You already know HOTC.
Words are very powerful, and I understand that. And as Antoine said, sometimes, man, we can use them in pure beauty. And you know, Quantum of Consciousness put out a video. He wrote a book, and he broke it down like the Statue of Liberty, SOL, soul, which means sun. Yes, you're right. Words are very powerful, and when we put love behind them, and as brother was teaching us, we can still use them in a loving manner. Now, I understand that there's words above us that we have to break down. I get it all. But don't forget or don't lose who we are as a people. And beauty is beauty not because of the words, because of the love that's backing it. Don't forget that shit.
Hey, that's real talk, Court. Cause see, it all ties into your mind too, bro. Cause see, these words they send out frequencies. Each word sends out a different frequency. They did it a while back, a little experiment that a class did. Where they had 2 cups of water in a room, and every day they came in, they say nice things to one cup and say bad things to the other. And after a month's time, they showed that the cup that they talk good to, the water crystallized, and the water in the other cup that they talk bad to, what I'm saying, it went dingy and was dirty or whatnot. So these words carry power. What I'm saying? So that's why you should always choose your words careful.
Well, we should use our words very carefully, but let me give an example. And any ladies out there, I apologize. I'm not being disrespectful. I'm just trying to make a point. Um, the people that know me, we have a saying, and it's funny amongst ourselves. It may not be funny to other people, but when somebody's going on and on now, we say, "Hey, go fuck yourself." Well, that may be a negative connotation to some people. To other people, because of the love behind it, it's funny. Well, if you look at the N word, and no, I'm not going to say it, but some people tell me, hey, bro, blah, 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 and they drop that word. I know they're not calling me out. I know they're not trying to be hateful. It's just the way they talk. They're actually bringing me up to another level. Now, in the same connotation, if I tell you to F off, well, I'm very serious about that. I really mean F off. I don't like you. But if I'm talking with one of my boys and I was like, go F yourself, it's a funny connotation. So let me ask a question. Here's the reason I'm bringing it up. Is it really the words or the intent that we put behind it? And I know
It's
The
law is
it's
frequency.
it's the
It's both.
exactly
It's
It's
the
both.
it's
you
it's
read
it's the
my
dual
mind.
it's
You
it's the
read my
it's the
mind. That's
duality,
exactly what
Corey.
It's
I was gonna
both.
I
say.
know that. I
I
know
knew
It's
that's
that.
where
just
you
it's
were
there
going.
the
That's why
same
everybody
frequency.
talking at the same time.
My bad, bro. My bad.
They jumped
No,
on
no,
that
you good.
quick, huh?
No, yeah. Everybody was like, "Yeah, man, it's the frequency." Yeah, because we understand it's the intent. Like, if
Yes.
I saw one of my homeboys from back home that I'm cool with, and I use the N word, the way that I'm using it, the
Mm-hmm.
intent didn't bring forth the frequency. But
No,
my
no.
same
The
homeboy,
intent was the frequency.
no, I'm talking about the frequency to make it negative.
Oh, I
That,
got
that's
you. I
what that's
got
what
you.
I meant to say. So let me make sure that I clarify that, because I keep forgetting you have to clarify what you're saying. But if me and him are arguing, and I'm like, you see what I'm saying? No, you did not do X, Y, and Z. See, that intent brought forth a negative frequency of that same word, and most people don't realize that. So that's the duality behind languages and
Mm-hmm.
words. Is it has both a positive and it has a negative.
I have a brother on the panel right now. Very very cutthroat. Very speaks his mind. For the individual that's not ready for that, ooh, why is he so mad at me? No, he's just not going to waste time. Other people on this panel, Hey, Court, here's what's going on. It's their style. It's all love, is what I'm. People, you have to get out of your comfort zone. You have to move around. Get out. Get out of that box and go see things. And you're going to see different types of people. And it's beautiful. I sometimes when I'm really in and I'm always speaking for myself. When I'm in my mode, I don't want to hear the dude kissing my ass. I want to hear that cutthroat dude. Other times when I'm in my mode, I want to hear that dude that's, hey, Court, it's all right. You'll be fine. Those things that we experience through life are just that. This isn't a black and white thing. This is a different type of culture of different type of people that most people don't want to recognize or even admit that is going on. It's beautiful. I can't emphasize this enough. Get the hell out of your box. Open those flaps and fly. Yes, it's not easy. You're right. And yes, you're going to hear things that, oh my God, I can't believe just heard that. You're right. Fucking fly.
It's because
I'm
of the age of information that I think we have finally seen that the whole black and white construct
mm-hmm.
has really blinded people to what's truly been going on. So that's why when a lot of people start truly digging, I mean, like you in a rabbit hole and you still digging, and you're digging next to people who are like elbow to elbow. And what a lot of people don't understand is that the more you dig, the more you realize that not all of the time was it black and white like you thought. Because when you in that rabbit hole, you can't see nothing.
I'm good, Antoine. Thank you, because I'm going to say something that's going to burn me on the backside. I already know, but I'm going to say it. There's a reason there are very few white people on this chat because they're not there. Don't you go out and call anybody else if you're not there. And I know through my brethren on this channel, on this chat, they're the ones that educated me because I open up that box and I just want to fly. And while I'm flying, I'm meeting different people and going, why do you guys always run in the V formation? Well, let me tell you, Court, blah, 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 blah. Oh, didn't know that. Okay, that's dope. Okay, I got you. People aren't
Hey,
waking up in the manner that we want them to. Don't wake up and be a fool. Wake up and know that you have good human beings around you that, in a lot of instances, are willing to die for you. Don't be a punk, because I'll call you out.
Excuse me, Court. I would like to put some words along right with that.
Go ahead and
Be
build, sister.
yes.
Oh no, go ahead, dear.
I
Go right
said go
ahead.
ahead and build.
Oh
Go ahead and
yes.
talk. Go ahead and say what you need to say.
Notes
My
that
bad.
express. Note what I said. Notes that express the flute blow. Beauty toll, beauty of the tone, beat of the degree. The degree is unseen. Remember what I say, the beat, the toll, the flow, the blow. There you go. I'm done. I passed the mic.
Yeah, I heard you.
Okay, can I add to it?
Expound that
Oh,
masterfully.
Can I
oh,
add
Put
you,
to it?
together
oh, you gave us a poem,
sentiments
sis.
that you wrote.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah. What? Yeah, break it
break it
down,
down.
sis.
Okay. I use the word note flute blow. And then I use the word the next set of words, whatever, it says beauty toll. I'm going from the outside to the in, and things are getting deeper. The tone is changing. Like I said, the beat of the degree. The degree is unseen. That's the heart. A lot of people can't see that heart, but your heart got to be strong. Your heart has to be built well, and you'll be able to handle the extreme. So there's some thoughts for you.
Very enlightening.
Yeah, that's real
We
talk,
we
bro.
we
I like
appreciate
that.
it.
I can dig
I
that.
like that. I
The
dig
heart,
this.
the
Let me tell
extreme,
you guys something.
inner, outer.
Um, if the young lady ever goes out there and does her own thing, you will see my white and brown wife sitting there with a smile on her face. Start producing,
You
start
said white
doing.
and brown like you got two wives, man.
Uh, no, but my point is that we will support beauty. We don't support ignorance, we support beauty. And something like she just gave to us, well, okay, that's good, that's good, that's good. Think about it for a minute. Think about it. And if I ever find out she's in my area and she's doing poems, yeah, our bitch asses are gonna be there. You know it. That's how we support our people. Our people, Court. What are you talking about? Our people. Oh, you're white. Oh shit. Do you mean your people? I didn't say my people. I said our people.
Understand what you're
It's
saying, man.
Yeah,
time.
I
Yeah, yeah,
understand what I
we
understand what you're saying,
understand what you're saying.
but what we're
Antoine,
trying
go
to
ahead, brother. Follow up off that.
no, what I'm saying is what we're trying to get people to understand is for the longest time it's been a socio-political construct of
Mm-hmm.
black and white and people coming from origins that never existed. So when
Mm-hmm.
people start doing their research, they're realizing that certain people have always been in certain regions and they've always looked the same.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people don't realize that. And
That's
what you
why I
come
said
yeah,
our
and
people.
yeah, and then what you come to realize is you had people in the Iberian Peninsula that came to America. You had people from Africa. You had people from everywhere
Irish,
that
Swedish, and Scots. Yep.
and they were all different colorations. But we didn't create that color of law. But a lot of people don't want to
No,
do
that's the
the
beauty you
research
just said on something. It is the color of law.
that
Law
we
is
didn't.
set up for the white man to screw them because you black folk, you copper colored individuals, this is your land. They set the law up for the white man.
Now, but when you say
But
this
you
is
got to
their
look at
land,
when they. But you got to look
that's
at
in
when they say that.
reference to certain people, because
Yeah,
not all people
people are. Yeah.
can recognize this.
I
So you
know.
can't say all
So what
black
I'm.
people recognize that this is their land, because some people think they're from Africa, and there's a lot of other sentiments behind that.
And
That go ahead, Antoine.
my bad. I ain't mean to cut you off because it was a echo in the background. That's the only reason why I started talking. So like if you was wanting to finish up, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, that's
Oh
all right.
no, brother. My point was
From
that we've
echoing.
been lied to about everything, and so the beauty of it is sometimes let's just chill out. sit around the campfire, and poem. It's
But the thing,
beautiful.
but the other thing that you have to look at too is that once we start, like doing our genealogy, and you start getting beyond a certain time frame, basically what that does is it leads you into a historical perspective that's going to put you into the realm of law, and the law are going to have the documented evidence as well as the treaties, the successions of lands, and everything that shows you where your family was at whenever you're following your genealogy. And that's the one thing that I think a lot of people are not paying attention to. It's not you, saying, "Oh, I'm from here and I've always been here." It's the fact that you now finally know your identity through the genealogy of your family, and I think a lot of people miss that point. Because once you know your identity through the genealogy of your family, then you can start working on the things that you need to work on in your communities. Because there are a lot of people that need to be educated into who they are. Or if they're part of your family, immediate family. Now, you got to remember now, most people in your immediate family might not have the same lineage as you. I think that's where a lot of people get it misconstrued at too. You might just have it through your grandfather on this side of the family. It doesn't mean everybody else on the other side of the family shares that same genealogy. So that's what a lot of people got to understand. It's just you spreading the information that people need to do their due diligence and do their genealogy, and know that different walks of life were slaves in America. They were all part of this capitalist society, and you had people from Polynesians, Melanesians, the Itzi Maya coming up from Belize and Georgia. Like, I kid you not, people are finding they had family that was from Egypt, just by way of North Carolina. So it's like all of these different things that we're saying that people need to look into when it comes to your genealogy. It's okay to do a DNA test, because the DNA test is going to later track you back to other people that have done the same DNA test that may have similar structures in that family lineage, where you can look at it and see that you're a cousin somewhere along the line, or
Let me
see.
tell you something, brother.
Go
Um,
ahead.
I'm very well um, spoken, and just as you're saying, the lineage falls under the um, where we're from, and we're all searching for that. Yes, you're
Yeah,
correct.
yeah. Because a
And
lot of a lot of us, our families came from Scotland. Because a lot
and
of people think that surname was given to them, but it wasn't given to them. It's actually their family. But they
hmm
don't want to do the genealogy and see that because you have that surname, it belongs to you.
um, it the genealogy works very much in coordinates with the language. And the reason I said what I said, I understand our language is basically a dumbed down version of what's really going on. So we're studying etymology. We're all going upon to make ourselves greater. And we should, but it makes you stop in your tracks and wonder, what the hell am I doing? I don't even know who I am. And I'm figuring out your language. I don't even know where my family's from, but I'm going to study your language. I don't even know what you did to my family, because I know you did some heinous shit, but I'm going to study your language. Who are you? And nobody's asking that. And unfortunately, a lot of times, it leads up to something that we don't want to acknowledge. I don't even know who the hell I am. I can't even tell my people, meaning my children, who the hell I am. But you control me? You are the one that did XYZ? You? Who the hell are you? I gotta figure this out.
And that's where the genealogy comes from. And what I mean by that is you also have to remember they did not ask people when they went door to door who they were. And at the same time, the indentured servants or anybody that was on this land or this plateau ranging from the southeast woodlands down into the Caribbean islands, they didn't do that. That's why they had to try and keep a record and track.
And let me explain something for anybody listening. I know, yes, maybe it's blowing your mind. I'm white, and my people from Ireland. The only thing that my grandmother did tell me is they left for a reason, because they were being murdered.
Exactly, and that's the other thing that we found out that a lot of other people didn't find out about the wars that was going on in these lands. So that's why I was saying the same way with the body. You can't just look at one organ and two organs. The whole is greater than the sum of its parts. You got to look at everything that led to, you know, what transpired.
I'm third generation American, and my grandmother or her parents per se came here because they were being murdered. Not because we wanted to come to America, because her people were being fucking murdered. And who was doing it? The Vatican. You motherfuckers need to wake up, seriously. Who's doing it today? The same sect of people that took my family out of my country because we couldn't live, they're doing it to us now.
And we know that. The same doctrine of discovery, those claims came through corporations from the Vatican. And because of those corporations, they also came to the Americas. And they did the same thing.
And what they did is a bunch of Protestants, and I'm not for it all. This isn't the Protestants came to America, and there was a bunch of fuckery. But I've heard the opposite either.
But I'm talking about I'm from the southeast woodland region.
So what they did is the Vatican itself said, we cannot have free countries because they will destroy us. And so they sent over Catholics, priests, all of them.
Yeah,
why do you think, yes, they were. Why do you think that all over the news is these dirty motherfucking... Bro, I'm telling you right now, you come fuck with my kid, I'm tearing some shit up. They're all over the place. They're a vaccine won't get rid of these people.
No, they won't. I'm about to say, what was that in the background? Somebody sleep?
No, it's my wife sleeping.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
No, you're good.
Go ahead, Corey.
Hey, can I cut in just for a moment, gentlemen?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
This is Information Man, brother. I actually have a premiere video that I'm about to upload. I didn't have any idea that you were on, but I just wanted to come on and say that I like what you brothers are doing. Everybody on the panel, speaking truth. Uprising, I definitely like what you're doing, brother. So I'm definitely, I'm gonna be following you. We gotta do a collab, and I'm loving it. So
I will probably come back onto the panel if you are still on. I'm just gonna sort of I had this plan to upload it, and I just want to, be there for the audience that follows me
Hey,
and
bro,
all that
anything
good
you
stuff.
do in your videos, always give credence to who did that video because these content creators spend
Yes.
a lot of time doing what they do.
Oh yeah, yeah. But I wanted to come on because I wanted to pay a little respect because yeah, you invited me to come on board. So I definitely will be coming back on board. You brothers are talking some good stuff here.
Already, brother. I welcome you,
I
man.
appreciate it.
Hey,
Thank
hey,
you
Oh,
very
man.
much.
oh
Hey,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
I'm rolling a blunt right now. Oh, did I say that?
Okay. I just like
My
I just
bad.
like
I
I,
definitely appreciate it. I
Hey,
definitely
hey,
yeah.
appreciate it.
I
information,
like being
man. I
around
appreciate
people
you
that's on
coming
some
in, man.
positive and some real shit. That's what I
Well,
like.
see, the thing is, brother, we keep an open mind. We always think about all kind of things, and the type of content we're presenting is just like our truth, just like everyday shit we think about, and we
Hmm.
bring that shit to life. Information that we done discovered. We
Yes.
like to present that shit to people. Like
Yes,
I
sir.
said, my channel is all about knowledge uprising, just
Hmm.
the uprising of knowledge. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? Learn to find your wisdom in the HOTC.
Yeah.
And my
Well,
brother,
that's
peace,
why
time,
that's why
blessings.
I was gravitated over to your channel, and I appreciate you acknowledging me. So what I'm gonna do as I step away, I'm gonna still listen to the conversation, and if you're still on, because my premiere video is about 30 minutes long. That's it. I'm gonna come on back over and
Oh, you
listen
got a
if you're
premiere
still.
video? Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. I'm talking about the situation with the situation with the two cops that got off in Sacramento. I'm kind of close to that area.
Yeah,
I did
yeah.
a little something on that, and then if y'all still on, I'm gonna come on back over, but I'm gonna listen before it lunches at 8:30 Western time, my time. So I'm gonna listen, and I'll be back. Peace to you.
Thank
All
you
right,
very
brother. Peace.
much. We
Thank you.
appreciate you.
Appreciate you too, sister.
Oh yeah, man. Peace info, man.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate that. And Court, yeah, that's basically all I was breaking down is I know when it comes to like the southeast woodland regions, a lot of people don't know that our history didn't start in 1619 like a lot of people think. It actually goes back to the 1500s, like the early 1500s, and it pretty much just shows forgotten centuries. Now, the reason why I'm saying forgotten centuries is because people like to expound on when Europe came to the Americas. So when you're looking at when Europe came to the Americas and the forgotten centuries, the Indians and, well, as they called them, and the Europeans, a lot of these names, we didn't call ourselves these names, but what I'll expound on and tell you about real quick. It ain't gonna prolong no time, but the book is called "The Forgotten Centuries: Indians and Europeans in the American South, 1521 to 1704." To a lot of people, that might seem like it's a long time, but it's actually not. Whenever you start doing your genealogy, because my grandfather was born the year 1900. And I don't mind putting his name out there. His name was Willie Houston. He was born the year 1900
No,
in
no,
Georgia.
brother, you are absolutely correct. And truth has brought some shit forward. I mean, talk about digging and
No,
bringing it
no,
forward. No, but here's the
no.
thing.
Virginia. No, what I
I've
was going to
asked
tell you,
people.
Virginia. Oh, go ahead, go ahead. I don't mean to cut you off.
I asked people because I'm white. I can only go back to my grandmother. Well, why doesn't it go further? Well, it goes back into Ireland. And so I don't have anybody. It's not like I can call anti Ireland and be like, hey, what the fuck's up?
Yeah,
But I've heard the stories and it makes me think somewhere in my genealogy, my people, and I just mean my family line, said, nah, we're the fuck out of here. and they bounced a boat, and here we are today.
Right.
Because the slavery thing happened actually much earlier than the timeline I can have for my own family.
And that's what I was trying to explain to a lot of people, is because when it comes to America, you have like yourself and other people, you have second, third, or maybe fourth generation people that might be from the Caribbean, but not realize that, hey, in the 1700s, uh, William Henry Littleton was the governor of the South Carolina Providence that stretched all the way down to Jamaica and Barbados. You see what I'm saying? People don't realize that.
Here's the
And you
thing.
probably had
I
the
can tell
Irish.
you, this. And this is gonna probably take a lot of people sideways. There's a city inside of Illinois called Naperville. My great great grandfather, great 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 grandfather, I don't know, and John Naper were actually the ones that founded that city. Because I'm from Illinois, I'm from Peoria. Well,
Yeah.
and I'm not from Peoria. That's where my dad's from.
Hmm.
Is it's like how do you? And I asked this question. I've never gotten an answer. How do you found something? Did you have to murder people? Did
They
you
don't.
just
They 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 don't found. What they do is they translate. They mistranslate the names of these areas. That's why you see a lot of the Aboriginal or indigenous names on rivers and cities, especially in the southeast woodlands leading up to Chicago, all the way back down to Alabama, aka Alabama, because all of that spanned the Mississippi River. It was just basically all it was during that capital system was a trading route, and you're dealing with Indian slaves, traders, and there's a plethora of other different things that was going on around that time. But it's up to us to know who our family was and where our family was, because what a lot of people don't realize is that your family was a part of that. Some people family was a part of the
exact
Indian slave traders. Some people
exactly
family were the people being enslaved. Some people were X,
good
Y, and
or
Z.
bad? Yeah.
Yeah. So you got to talk about the positive and the negative. And I think what happens is a lot of people get caught up in the emotional aspect and only want to talk about, you know, uh, the positive, but don't want to talk about the negative. You
Mm-hmm.
have to balance both out. It has to be an
Exactly.
equilibrium balance. And that's what a lot of people are starting to realize when it comes to history. The same with these people talking about Egypt and Cometicism and all of these other different things. You got to talk about the positive and the negatives, because a lot of that stuff is starting to not make sense to a lot of people. And
And
that's another avenue
it's a
to start.
trip, man, because I don't want to hurt anybody. But I have lakes named after me, or my family name. I have lakes named after them. And it's like nobody's talking. It's like, okay, wait a minute. We have a lake, a fucking lake named after us, and you're not saying nothing. No, no, we're special. No, no. Why are we special? That's none of your business, Court. Okay, something's going on here. You know what I'm saying?
Rivers were one of the main navigational systems that people used for trade routes. It didn't matter if it was Africa. It didn't matter
Hey,
if it
Q,
was,
hit your mic, bro.
who was that?
You chip eating motherfucker, hit your mic.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah,
Who that? Quentin. Oh,
it was
yeah,
Quentin,
yeah.
and
Oh,
no, he
okay.
was just
Yeah, but
munching.
the
I
river.
don't think he knew.
Yeah, but the riverside is no different than what down south they would call the dirt roads, because we always knew that a lot of the dirt roads had always been there that became major highways, where they built highways and byways and bridges
Mm-hmm.
to do travel and everything. But when it comes to the factual knowledge of just doing your due diligence when it comes to the genealogy of your family, I think a lot of people are scared to do it because they fear what they will find.
Mm-hmm.
Me, I never feared what I was going to find, and I'm still searching to this day. And the
Right.
funny thing about it is, you didn't fear what you was going to find, because what you found was like, oh, wait a minute, I'm second, third generation. Like, I didn't do this. So why are you trying to
Exactly.
stump on my neck? Stump
Well,
on my
and
hat.
here's where a lot of it falls into what you're saying. Okay, with my last name, it actually has a crest, and I'm supposed to be special. Why am I not rich then? I have lakes named after me, or my family name. Why am I not rich? Something's not right here. And
Yeah,
let me ask you a question. How did you get the name of that lake with your surname? Who did you have to kill to do it?
exactly.
And I'm that guy that court, just let it go, bro. Just let it go. We'll give you plenty of money. Don't worry about it. No, I'm worrying about it because something's not right.
They renamed a lot of lands and territories. And the sad part about the renaming of lands and territories is that it made certain people lose their identity, depending on if it was the children or if it was a certain group of people a certain age that were sent to work as laborers on this sharecropper's farm or this sharecropper's farm. Because
Mm-hmm.
when you start doing your census records, that's what you see. You will
Mm-hmm.
see sharecroppers. You will see where your grandmothers were keepers of the house. You'll see where people were laborers, or it just says sharecroppers, laborers, sharecroppers. And I'm talking about going back into the early 1800s. Why? Because when I found my grandmother's death certificate, it stated on her death certificate, the vital statistics, National Archives, that my grandmother and my grandfather was born in Virginia. And they moved to Georgia before the Emancipation Proclamation.
Okay.
But when you look at the census records, they were both considered black. Their daughter mulatto and their son colored.
Wow, what kind of fuckery is that?
Exactly. That's what you have to ask yourself, because they were not asking people or taking people's word into consideration when they told people who they were.
See, bro, this is some really deep stuff, and I'm glad that we have the opportunity. I hope people listening have questions themselves because what you're witnessing, I'm talking to the people out there, is
Mm-hmm.
you have a white man and a black man coming together and going, wait a minute, something's not right. And I hope that other people are feeling that energy. Antoine,
Doing,
brother,
doing their research.
you're a genius, bro.
And
Do the
also, when
research.
you look at the Freedmen's Bureau, it's not just the Freedmen's Bureau. They smear campaigned and cut the word off. It's called the Freedmen's Bureau of Refugees and Abandoned Lands. So you have to ask yourself who the refugees were. And
And who abandoned what? Yep.
exactly. And a lot of people don't realize that many of the refugees are what they considered, not us, they considered being poor whites. We didn't
Mm-hmm.
make that racial political construct. They made that political
Yes.
construct for a certain group of people. Then they started
Absolutely.
pushing. Then they started pushing the Reconstruction narrative of basically what's been going on, where you see a lot of people getting lynched.
Most people don't want to acknowledge that the 14th Amendment was not about blacks.
No,
It was
it
about
wasn't,
whites.
because of the poor whites. The poor whites
Mm-hmm.
were the refugees, and what a lot of people don't realize is that those poor whites were looking for their family members the same way the freedmen's were. Those poor whites were looking for their sons and their daughters in the South, and a lot of them were squatting on land because they were trying to make sure, like, look, I want to know where my son is at. I want to know where my daughter is at, because they were right here. I know exactly where they're
Mm-hmm.
at. They
Yep.
knew
Mm-hmm.
where their family was at, and a lot of people didn't realize that. A lot of people knew where their family was at. It just so happened that when it went into Reconstruction, that's when they started creating additional laws, and it just turned everything
Okay.
upside down. But
Let's get
before
past.
Reconstruction,
Let's get past that.
that's what you
The
was
Reconstruction. What the hell happened in America that stirred us all up?
the peonage
When you
systems,
said let's
the
get
vagrant,
past
the
it,
vagrancy acts. It's hard to get past that, because a lot of families are still trying to find out what happened to, their loved ones. There's still cases going on to this day. You got families who are still trying to find their land. There was a book called Slavery by Another Name that broke down a lot
oh
of
man,
these
I know about that.
narratives
What?
in the National
I gotta check out
Archives.
this shit.
Yeah, Slavery by Another Name. Yeah, check that book out when you get a chance. It basically was breaking down the re-enslavement and everything that was going on that led to these different stereotypes. But at the same
Mm-hmm.
time,
Now
it
they
was
even
only
talking about what Antonio the slave, the first what slave to have slaves.
yeah.
He was free. He came over here. He was like the first one of the first indentured servants or something.
And what was it, in Alabama or something like that, where they were kind of like sneaking them in, but at the same time, you still are dealing with um just
We
regular
even had
people who are.
Gabriel, the slave that was trying to organize a coup, trying to leave the plantation.
No, I'm talking about after 1865.
Okay,
This is
okay,
this
okay,
is yeah, yeah, this is after 1865, the Reconstruction era,
okay,
because
yeah.
it affected everybody, but it affected people differently, depending on the people who know and have family members that went through it, because they have letters in the National Archive where these family members were writing the president, their local congressman. All of these things are shown in that book, Slavery by Another Name, from the 13th Amendment to the 14th Amendment.
I'm glad you brought that up because most people don't even
Not
realize
yeah, not
that
the
the
migration, not the Great
no,
Migration, but yeah.
first of all, the 13th Amendment, the organic one, most people don't even know about. Second of all, the Constitution does not apply to you. You didn't sign it. It's not contract. Everything we do is contract, and it falls under the Vatican,
And that's
which
why
is
Neely Fuller said what he said, that,
mm-hmm,
it's about us figuring out what we did wrong to correct it. And a
mm-hmm.
lot of people still are not trying to correct what went wrong, because the whole Department of Justice, I mean, it's so flawed that it almost can't be fixed. And a lot of people don't realize that. They keep making amendments and doing all of these other different things to these laws that it doesn't help people, because you're looking at a group of people coming from an origin that doesn't exist. And that's what's going on.
Come out of her, my people. Give unto Caesar what is Caesar's. No, I gotta have my new car. I gotta have my fancy TV. It's 80 inches, I tell you. Everything that we do is under their system, and people can't comprehend it.
Yeah. And that goes into the compensatory system of public school education after, you know, the freedmen's schools that they created that initially started the indoctrination. But what a lot of people didn't understand is that these schools was actually teaching um, children of color civics. That's why, like a Booker T. Washington or Frederick Douglass, how do you think they knew so much when they were telling you
Mm-hmm.
that these people couldn't read or write? Somebody was lying about people not being able to read and
They're
write.
lying about something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was only a certain group of people that didn't know how to read and write because they were stealing them from certain people and putting them in schools and teaching them these curriculums to make
Mm-hmm.
them think that this is what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had people pretty much just breaking down what was going on after Reconstruction, the deliberate dumbing down of America. So that's how you came across, you know,
I can't recall because I know one of them that you said. I think it was
yes,
Booker that
Booker
said
T. Yeah, Booker T.
before MLK said it, judge a man by his character, not by the color of his
His
skin.
skin.
Was that
Exactly.
not in Booker's?
Yeah, it was. I want to say it was Booker, but I have to go back
Yeah,
and see
exactly.
if it
Yeah,
was
I
him.
got you. I got you.
But you also had Noble Drew Ali that told people about, I'm not saying it verbatim, but he basically was saying, just to be on the lookout for people that look like you, because these are the same brothers who are going to try to keep you enslaved. Because when you go back and you start looking at what was going on in the early 1800s leading up to the Civil War, with all these Negro wars, as they called them, that was being fought down south, going into the Buffalo Soldiers, you have to ask yourself, who were the
Mm-hmm.
people that were pushing people off their land? It was people
Mm-hmm.
that looked just like you. And you have to ask yourself, who are these people? And a lot of people never ask themselves that. Because you have people
Nemesis.
that look like you doing that, and it's no different than what you're dealing with right now. When you're dealing with people that have the same skin color, trying to manipulate, exfiltrate, come in and
Many
basically
many
usurp
years
you
ago, Nemesis
out of your
said,
land, your
"They will
birthrights, and
kill
everything.
you. They will kill you for the lie." Everybody needs to remember that it wasn't a color thing. He just said they will kill you for the lie. That's how indoctrinated these people are.
Yeah, I mean it goes beyond a boule or a secret society. It goes into a family passing down this information to a family, where you have a family in North Carolina of mulattoes who own slaves, passing down that same judgment and boule system of going to
Mm-hmm.
college and doing, like, people don't know what's out there whenever you research, because a lot of the stuff that you research is so disheartening because you're just looking at it from your emotional perspective, but you're not looking at the bigger picture, the
Mm-hmm.
360-degree perspective of what was happening to everyone. And it's only when you start realizing what was happening to everyone you can understand what happened to your family, what you can work on when it comes to your community, and what you can change. And you can also look at the people who are willing to help with the change, because
I
they see what happened to their families and it didn't affect, or it wasn't a part of what you think.
I don't know what happened because I wasn't there,
Exactly. That's what I'm
but
saying. A
it
lot of
makes
people don't
sense.
realize that.
It makes sense of my assertiveness on my own family. So I wasn't there, but it explains why I'm so protective of my own family.
But peep
And
this, Court.
go ahead, bro.
You are here, but you have people from Africa. Only certain people who are here that
Or people
are feeling the
that are
same.
from here.
Yeah, yeah. But the rest of them are looking at it like we're all the same because of the whole stereotype of what, you know, quote unquote African American is, and they don't look at somebody like me who has a bachelor's, a master's, never went a part of a frat fraternity, part of the Boule system, been working on everything when it comes to my family genealogy to make sure that we're straight.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just trying to make sure that people understand that you have people who are
Don't understand. Yes.
well, not don't understand, but they don't even have degrees in college, but they're a part of these systems.
I never even finished high school, bro.
Yeah,
I don't need a placard on my wall to tell me who I am. But
it's like
I can tell
yeah,
you one thing. I'm very protective over my own family, and I'm very protective over my internet family. I have a family out there too, and
exactly.
I'm very protective over it. And they get to see things that not everybody else sees, but I'm still very protective over that. And I don't know if that comes from quote my people from Ireland. I don't know. I
No, it
don't
doesn't.
care.
It
It
doesn't. It
just
doesn't come from your people from Ireland. It just comes from your due diligence of the research that you're doing and sharing it with the people who resonate with you. Because
absolutely.
when it comes to me, I have people that resonate with me from all different backgrounds. So I don't got to worry about me posting something and someone assuming or making assumptions about what I post. That has never happened to me. And that's the
Mm-hmm.
greatest thing that I can say that never happened to me. Someone looking at something that I ever posted and wondering why did I post that? Because there's nothing another man can say or do to me that's going to make me radical or to be
Mm-hmm.
radicalized into an ideology or dogma that I done already been researching and I'm still researching and making sure it has nothing to do with who I am as a person.
This is where I think you left off where you should have started for the people that are listening is you got to start the simplistic form of the entity and build. We went from the highscape and then went down. But most people need to start at the bottom level and build up.
Yeah, and work their way up the mountain.
And I hope that they got something out of this, brother.
Because that's what I'm saying. Because a lot of times what happens is you fall and you have to rise back up. But
Absolutely.
it just depends on who is looking at the perception of it.
Yes. Yes.
And what
Your
and
perception. Yes.
right. Because everyone has a perception of anything. And that's what it all boils down to.
Knowledge, I just want to say thank you for allowing me and oh shit. Can you guys hear me?
I can still hear you. I don't know if
Okay.
anybody
No,
else is still
I want
on.
to say thank you for giving me and Antoine the opportunity on your platform to just kind of go head to head in a positive way. we've seen so many shows that, everybody's arguing, and I hope that we've done your show some good, man. So, not that you gave it to me, but I give it back to you. Thank you, brother.
I mean, it's
Hey,
20.
hey, man,
It's
it's
20.
all love, man. I
No,
appreciate
it's
that. That's what it's about.
all
The
right.
brothers, we coming on here, man, expressing ourselves, man, building with brothers,
Yeah, it's
for real.
2019, so we should be able to build and
Absolutely.
understand where each person is coming.
Yeah,
Well, I don't even want to like to use. I don't like the word person,
It's
but
all right, bro. Go with it. Go
yeah,
with
yeah. But
it.
we need to know where each body or whatever you want to call it is coming from. When it
yeah,
deals with what we're trying to do going forward, because
yeah,
like a lot of people, they're at a point where they're looking at things on a negative plane that's just going to bring you down, where other people are trying to build with like-minded people that's going to build them up even further. And that same person that's holding their hand, you're looking at like, oh man, it shouldn't even be like that, but a lot of people would do that, and it shouldn't be like that.
It's not even, I know people are probably listening and thinking, hey, man, I wish I was on the panel. I got this. It's not that we're perfect or better than anybody. What the difference is that difference. We
Yeah.
get on these panels and throw it out there. You have to be genuine.
yeah,
You can't come up here with some drama because everyone's going to call you out. You have to really come genuinely,
I'm,
and we can make some moves.
yeah, most people have a written rhetoric, together whenever they're doing these things, because that's how you can tell when someone has an agenda. Now, when we first started,
man,
I
yeah.
just
Hey, hey, I
I just
always
came.
thought a bag
Yeah,
check.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just came in, and everybody was just talking, and then it's like, all
Yeah,
right, yeah, we're gonna let you go, then you go. I'm like, wait, what a
yeah,
minute, like, wait, what's going on? I don't even know what's going on. But look at how the bill went. You see what I'm saying? So it's not like, you know, most people understand that, but
yeah,
hey, I ain't never been on these type of back chats. I'm just a person doing research, trying to do the genealogy of my family,
Me either.
help out them
and
communities.
it's amazing because we all
And
meet each other on these back chats, and we
right.
start to get this relationship growing through information.
I mean, most people need to hear other people's information, because like
Yeah,
what Court just told me,
yeah,
most people will look at somebody like Court and think that his family been here since the 1600s. He done already told you. He this generation. So why are you trying to do what you're doing to him, which
yeah,
is fucked up. I didn't want to say it, but that is fucked up if you think about it. It is fucked up when you look at the bigger picture. I mean, it's so much, like energy going in the opposite direction. I think most people need to reroute it. Just hit the reset button and see where the frequency takes you. Because
Antoine, I'm glad you said that, bro, because that was really where I was coming from. Is wait a minute, I get where you're coming from, but how the hell did me and my people? We came here for something happened. We just came here for a better life. That's all I know. That's all I was told by my grandmother. We weren't here in the 1500s. I don't know what the hell's going on. No, see, Court, it's your people. My people, what the hell are you talking about? It doesn't. I'm missing something. I'm missing something. I gotta look. Gotta look. Gotta look. Something ain't right. Do you get what I'm saying? My wife, on the other hand, can say, "Hey, she's from Mexico. Her family's from Mexico. Okay, okay. And they moved here in Colorado. Okay, okay. and then they moved again, and we're in Indiana, and she met my wife's mom met her dad. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, got it. I have no clue what the hell is going on my side of the family. Oh,
And
we have lakes named after us? Oh, dude, that's dope. Wait a
and
minute. Why?
hey, that's
What?
why that's why I was saying what I like what I said. Most people will look at something and think that everybody came X, Y, and Z. But when you do your genealogy, you find first generation, second generation. It's no different than the Caribbean islands. It's no different than people, from Germany. Um, you name it. Just depending on, like where you're coming from. Whenever you look at these genealogical records, and the only reason why I was able to see where a lot of people that I knew family came from is because I was doing my genealogy and they were telling me around the same time about their family. And I saw, Germany, I saw France, I saw Spain, and I saw a couple other areas in Georgia, that is, around the parishes before they became county seats that led into Indian territory, going westward, that led into, I ain't gonna say the Trail of Tears, but like the Seminoles and the Negro Wars. But not one time, did it ever come up about it was this group of people that did X, Y, and Z, and that it was your family that did X, Y, and Z. If that makes any
Right.
sense, like
Yep.
I would never do that because I never looked up your family. I'm the type of person I will give you names of my family members, but at the same time, I still got to be wary because you could take that information and the age of information and turn it into whatever you want.
But that
But I
doesn't
know
mean
that's
that's
not,
who
yeah,
you are.
right. And that's my only point is finding out who your family is doesn't make you who you are, but it does show you where they were at, and at the same
Exactly.
time what wars were going on, and the reason why these families didn't say the things that they said because they had beefs with other tribes or other people. They didn't want people to know, that they were from this tribe, or their surname was this or that. These people wasn't stupid. Those Indian traders, they were not stupid. That's one thing you
And
learn doing research.
it's fascinating that your name may be prominent, and I've always been the black sheep. And oh, court, don't talk about it. Shh. No, and I talk about it because I want to know the truth. And most people sitting out there right now are thinking, "Well, my family name. This is your land. What did my people or my ancestors do for that? It doesn't always mean murder. They sell their souls. What did they do to get lakes named after them? To name towns after them? What do they have to do?
The towns and the lakes, you're dealing with ceded lands. You're looking at the Augusta Act of 1775 to 1777, which pretty much allowed a lot of people from Scotland and Ireland to come into
No,
the
it was
defunct
past that
state of
because
Georgia.
no, because they were 1800s. My grandmother, I'm third gen.
No, no, that's
So,
no, no. What I said is this happened in 1875. Now, I'm not talking about the
oh, okay,
1700s
yeah.
when it
Now you're
happened in
talking.
PA. I'm not talking about the 1700s like when you're talking about PA and them migrating down to North Carolina. See, that's something different.
From my understanding, is they came in
From
wherever they came
PA
in,
from PA to North Carolina,
and they went
then
to
purchasing
Illinois.
land around the Catawba River, Illinois, and
Hmm.
different areas. Yeah.
Now, after the purchase of Illinois, they went to
Now,
Michigan.
now ask yourself, when did I ever say your people did that?
No, no,
I
no,
never said
I
that.
don't. I don't. This is why I talk to Nadia a lot, because it
Yeah.
just gives. It's not a white and black thing. It's just facts.
But no,
Eh,
that's what I'm saying. I never said that, like your people stole land or anything like that. It was all land grants. That's why I said the Treaty of Augusta, even in 1775, it was grants, permission to use these lands.
Hey,
Okay,
bro. Hey, can I cut you off 1 second, bro?
go ahead,
I
Truth.
just want to interject. Court, you know,
Truth,
man.
peace, come in,
Man, my
brother.
bad, man. I was on a call with my girl. She called me as
Yeah,
soon
I'm
as you
like,
got
Truth.
started, bro. You feel me? My bad. I don't want y'all to think I was ignoring y'all, man. I was on a
No,
call
no,
with
you.
her.
I
She
know,
didn't want to
I
hang
I
know
up.
you was
already
listening,
know you
fam.
was listening in, Truth.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't know anything about the lands in Chicago. What I'm saying is I know about like different treaties and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
I know about the migration patterns from PA to North Carolina, which
No, bro. Bro,
granted land too.
bro, I grew up in Chicago, but I'm not from there, bro. I'm from Mississippi, bro.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
like
yeah.
you
I'm from South Georgia, but
right.
you
You
look at
know,
my
I'm
senses,
right. That's
my grandmother and grandfather, they were from that Puritan nation,
right. Yeah, that's what I'm
in
saying. You
Virginia.
know, man, we was all up in that area. That's where a
Everybody
lot
was
that
everywhere.
up and
Yeah.
down that East Coast and then that Southeast where a lot of bullshit go. But back, just to jump on what I was finna say, like, look, Court, you my brother, right? Right? Court.
Absolutely, brother. No,
All right,
go
bro.
ahead. We're just looking. We're searching
I'm
for truth. That's all.
I'm gonna give it to you raw and real, bro. Brother is right about all them grants and shit, but that shit was done fraudulent, bro. This shit is stolen land, bro. Through spells casted and words on papers, bro. I cannot
No,
even. No,
that's where I'm at. I'm
hold
just seeing it
hold
from
on.
different perspectives.
Yeah, but hold on. But this the thing though, bro. The reason why it was easily done was because we always knew that no one can really take ownership of land nowhere. So this land was for us all. We just didn't want motherfuckers to intrude on sacred grounds of our ancestors and shit like that. But
That's what caused a
but
lot of the
but
wars.
that's what caused a lot of the
Yeah.
wars and trying to force integrate into a system that we didn't want to be a part of, and they basically push by force. So man, I can sit here and tell you about the grants and all that, but when it all boiled down to it and you simplify and just put it in layman's terms, that shit was stolen. Not only by force, but forced coercion with them signed grants, basically based on what we know what happened 4, 5 towns over and shit to the people in their lands that didn't submit. So it was like you either submit for the sake for the better good of the tribe, which a lot of that shit was done because they didn't want no bloodshed amongst the people, because we knew that what it was gonna lead to. And some people realized that, man, this person, this tribe submitted this shit, and look what happened to them. I'd rather die before I submit. So you had those two type of situations which was going on during those times. Some submitted thinking it was for the best of their people, and it still wind up going down. And some said, "Fuck that! I'm not submitting. You gonna have to kill me for this shit because this area right here is sacred to me." So and especially in the southeast, from Florida all the way back into Louisiana and shit, and then to the push up into Oklahoma, what they did with the Trail of Tears, and all that did was just laid the groundwork for them to push more westward, which they eventually did. Sorry about that, child, man. I got another fucking call coming in. My bad. Let me take this real
No,
quick.
no, you good. But the problem is that everybody know about these stories when it comes to that particular history. It's the fact that a lot of people don't want to talk about those different stories because there were different historical perspectives that happened in different towns leading into these county seats in the militia districts. And that's the only reason why I don't like, going into it, is because you can't pinpoint where certain families were at. You just know a region. So I can't talk about something when it comes to me telling people about genealogy if I'm not trying to let them know where my family was actually at when it came to these particular areas. And a lot of people know the truth about these particular areas. They know about the parishes and they know what was happening in Georgia. But the question that still remains is, when it comes to North America and you know about William Henry Littleton having governance over the Carolina Providence that went all the way down into Jamaica and possibly parts of Barbados. When you go back and you start looking at those laws and those treaties that were signed that was dealing with different Indian people, you have to ask yourself, like, where was your family at? So if you're going back that far, a lot of people know they don't know if their family even stretched back that far. Because for some people, they're going to find an African, they're going to find a European, they're going to find somebody in their senses. That's why I'm telling people to do their genealogy, because you need to know where your family was at. Because you have all these different movements and groups growing. So just make sure you know your history through the genealogy of your family. That's the only thing that I'm trying to break down to people.
That's why it's imperative, and there's certain folks
Don't get caught up in these radical
yes,
or
and
something that will lead you to feeling like you're radical because you think that you're part of a movement, but when you do your genealogy, you come to find out all your family is European, and now you sitting there looking stupid.
it's not even that, bro. It's, we need to come together as a people, and if I go out there and study something, I want to bring it to you guys and say, hey, check this out. This is what I found. We can only do that when we come with love. And the other people, no, I'm above you. Who are you again? That's not love, that's hate. And people have to, as we figure this all out, as we break it down, you got to start to understand it's not about who is who as much as it is, I still love you. I'm the lesser than. I apologize. I don't know what the hell my people did, and if they hurt your people, I apologize. And do you know what I'm saying?
Peace to the
Hey,
panel.
hey, Court, you cool,
Hey,
man.
Court, man,
We know where
we
your
hear
heart
you,
at,
and
bro.
yeah,
Peace,
yeah,
Terry.
we
What's
know,
up, brother? How you
yeah,
doing out there?
yeah, we hear it.
Yeah,
We just,
you ain't got to
yeah.
apologize for other people's mistakes.
No, I appreciate that. It just, as this comes to the forefront, let it be what it be. You know?
It's hard
Exactly.
to let it be what it be. Only reason why, not for us, but for a lot of other people, is because daily this is going to be a forefront being pushed by the media. So you're dealing with media pushing this. Like, I don't have my Facebook anymore, so I don't be on that crap like that. That social engineering crap. The most I have is like a IG and a Twitter. Other than that, I don't need so many social engineering platforms pushing too many different things that have you questioning certain things where you got to go back and meditate. And I
Nah,
ain't
yeah,
talking about meditating with no drugs, but hey, if you need a little weed or whatever it is you need, go ahead and do what works for you. But for me, Yeah, man. It's like sometimes you have to sit back and you have to catch your balance. When you
Disrespect.
find
Think
yourself
about shit.
wobbling on that
Yeah,
rope, shoot, yeah, you like, yeah, let me step back real quick. Like, yeah,
yeah.
this one is a tough one, to walk across.
And you absolutely right, God. Peace to you too. You heard?
Yeah, peace.
I just want to build right on
Respect.
top
Relative,
of that, and
relative.
we can't never forget about about this physical realm experience, and unfortunately, our people had to deal with that, you know. And on a bigger scale, I guess for lack of a better term, you have agents in every race and culture, and these are the people that feed the higher ups as far as promoting this thing that's been going on called racism and prejudice and just us being humans in itself too, you know. But yeah, we can never forget about the true life experience that's happening, you know. So or that happened. So with that being said, you know, it's a micro and a macro, and the micro is it happened and it is what it is, and the macro is on the bigger scale is that every color and creed is going through it.
Yeah, because the aggression deals with the micro and the macro, and a lot of people just don't realize it.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's break this down.
So with that being said, like I said,
Wait,
Court, you ain't have to apologize for nobody, brother, because on the macro, we know that, and you know that you have never done no harm. I would hope and imagine, and you
mm-mm.
don't want nothing but peace and building. So, but on the micro, we know that things happened, but that has nothing to do with you. That's neither here nor there.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
prove,
Right.
just
People,
show me your
people,
actions.
people
You
in their
know.
confusion and their lower state. So yeah, you never did anything to move people in that lower state, but a lot of times people will move to that lower state, not realizing that you got people there that's willing to help and therefore doing positive things. The
You know what
frequency,
it
moving the
is though,
frequency.
man? This motherfucker coming to knowledge. You got certain people preying on people emotion that it put them into a radical trance almost where they don't even really see the true allies that they got, and the ones they think that's the allies and shit really is detrimental to them, but they can't notice it because they look at them as the same because of skin color. But one thing you gotta
Exactly.
Not
know,
even that.
you,
Not
you
even that,
can't
my
even know.
G. They look at them the same in truth. Go ahead. They look at them the same because that's how humans. That's what humans do. But go ahead, truth, and I'll build
No,
right after you.
That's the
yeah, yeah,
indoctrinated
no,
spirit.
yeah. What I was gonna say was that a lot of times one thing people gotta realize is that if you trying to take over this world based on people that look as the same color as you and shit, you can't win. You got to realize who your allies is, and like I always relate to Fred Hampton and shit. One of the misnomers they push about the Black Panther Party, they don't tell about the allegiance and alliances that they form with other racial groups. You feel me? All in the form of revolution for the common man and common woman because they realized they all had the same enemy and they really all had the same ambitions and goals, to be able to take care of their family and not be mistreated and shit. You feel me? And that's
Yeah.
what it's really all about, man. I don't care. What color a motherfucker is. If like you for like the better good of humanity and for the people and you genuine with it, I'm rocking with you. But I'm not gonna be on some old let shit slide because man, this is just another brother. Like, nah, fuck that. If that nigga fucked up in the mind and coming with some bullshit, man, you gotta nick that shit in the bud, bro. But
Right.
that's the thing that's going on right now. It's too many egos on these platforms where if these brothers put that shit to the side, they got enough influence where they can bring together damn near easily 10,000, 20,000 people. That's enough people to make some motherfucking noise for real, bro. And his YouTube shit stretch out so far that it's people from all geographic locations and shit, not even just America, but other continents and shit as well. So, man, that's what I would love to see, but I'm not naive to the fact that, It's not, man, the only way that would come about is like something traumatic happening is basically forced on the people and shit. You feel me? Instead of, them coming into their own, because too many of us is just caught up in this trance of this reality that the system has created for us. And, our understanding is just all out of whack to the point that your spirit ain't even right. But I'm gonna fall back, bro.
Life is traumatic in and of itself. Period. Bottom line,
That's why they call it an experience. Or that's why they say life's a roller coaster. It's one wild ride, because it's very unpredictable. But
That's why they call it life. Life.
that's
If
why
you
you
think
gotta
about it,
love it.
yeah,
That's why
life.
you gotta love it.
When you break down life, most people break it down this way. I don't know if it's
Let's hear it, brother. Go ahead.
no. What I'm saying is, you probably heard it that way, but it's more like a LOX, living off experience. But living is from experience. That's life. The abbreviation of life.
Yeah,
Living
yeah, yeah, yeah,
is
yeah, yeah, yeah,
from
yeah, yeah,
experience.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
a lot
yeah.
of us have heard that. And what I was saying is, I didn't know if it was a patent on it, so that's why I was trying to like
Oh,
be
I
like,
got
oh,
you. I
how I
got
gotta say it, like where people can understand what I was saying, where someone wouldn't be like, oh, he said it. Nah. But living is definitely from experience, and I think what it boils down to is, you
Well,
might
let me
see
ask you this,
people.
Antoine.
Yeah, go ahead.
What's through your endeavors in life, um, what's the most important thing you would tell someone else? Uh,
I would tell someone.
what's the most important thing in life you would tell someone else?
I would tell someone that your life, your experience is the most vital thing that's at the foot that you take when you step forward and the palm when you're getting ready to grasp something. Your life is that type of experience that your eyes see, your nose smell, and your mouth taste. Your experience, it pretty much imbalances everything. You have to have that equilibrium balance when it comes to your life. You can't look at what somebody else is doing.
Yeah,
You have to look at what you're trying to do, to show thyself approved. That's what it boils
look
down
within
to.
self.
Exactly. And that's
And
and
so,
that's and that's what I've been learning is that everything, you know evolves and revolves around your spiritual being, your energy. And the earth knows when your energy is about to deplete itself, because when you're getting sick. So why are you being stubborn about yourself? You're only being stubborn because you're spending too much time worried about what other people think and what other people are doing than taking care of your energy, so your energy can flow and gravitate, spread its frequency, blossom, so everybody can see it like a sun. You're too busy wondering why your light is dull. That's why, because you're too worried about what other people are thinking. You should be more worried about the knowledge of thyself, showing thyself approved, and building upon when people are telling you, no, you're wrong about this. Don't
and
be, afraid to listen to people who are telling you like, no, study this and come back and let me know what you think about this, and then expand upon that knowledge and keep building. We wish the more we
that's
build,
the
the more
insight,
our
brother.
frequency expands. The more we rise like the cross.
You heard me,
It's
family?
say again.
I said that's the insight. That's what we're here for. We're here to never judge, condemn, or for that matter, even show anybody the way, but with each other's insight. which is the knowledge that we gain within,
Well,
we can share with each other.
that's true.
You know, because each and every one of us are precious. We're one and one. All of us are one and one.
Mm-hmm.
All of us, even the twins. The twins are one and one, but it's two one and ones. I mean, and with that being said, that's what makes it so precious. But with each other's insight, and if we're able to understand and overstand, things can get a little bit better. And I just wanted to jump back a little bit, dealing with the with the little topic we was embracing upon with the racism and the prejudice. That is no different than a relationship, let's say, of me and my wife. It's probably things that she's gone through in her lifetime to make her maybe not grow, for lack of a better term, not grow. So she could maybe be a 30-year-old, 15-year-old because some man hurt her when she was 15. So now she blames it on every man. That's how I kind of look at racism. It's no different than a relationship. So because things happen from one race to another, they want to blame on every race, but I look at them singularly. And like I said, show me your character. Everything in
Facts.
life is
Show
a
me your
relationship
character.
and a revelationship.
That's amazing, Harry. I love that.
Hell yeah. Show me your
Yeah,
character, bro.
Harry. I love that. That content goes a long way. That content definitely goes a long way, and I appreciate all you brothers, man. You didn't have
I
to bring
appreciate
me.
you. Hey, brother, do you have a channel?
I don't necessarily have a channel, but like if you research Lil Yos,
Lil
um
Yos.
yeah, Lil Yos is Lilyos. It might be with the underscore, but
Yeah.
what you'll find out is that, and also it should be the same with my other channel, because back when YouTube was doing that whole uh I don't know if it was bringing a community together, but I had two type of channels, but it was tied to the same Gmail account. I don't know how that worked, but
Yeah.
one is tied to, like, my Instagram, Twitter, and then the other one, I don't even know what the hell that one is tied to. I'm guessing it's just tied to
Already.
YouTube. Yeah, and on that one, that's back when um my family, they were doing like a 229 freestyle back in South Georgia, and I laced a little freestyles here and there and stuff like that, for the family back home. But yeah, other than that,
Right.
uh, when it comes to like this building and just knowing knowledge of self, and knowing family, I ain't the type of person. I ain't even gonna lie, cause some of the stuff that I can post, it can look like it's going or leaning towards a certain way, but no, it's not. It's basically just giving people reference into the information when it comes to certain people, where you're looking at a certain group of people who were reclassified as this, but everybody
Yeah.
is thinking that they're that.
Hey, brother,
That's
that's fine, man. When
yeah,
you're dealing with
That's
us,
all
when
yeah,
you're
love,
dealing
man.
with us, that
yeah,
listen, what's understood ain't got to be explained.
right,
Like I said, we know the experience, so we cannot forget. But at the same time, we still have to be able to look at it macro. That's all.
right,
I
right,
mean, that's
And
right.
all.
I appreciate
And
you
that's
just
the
coming
other thing.
on here. They're having a proper dialogue with us. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
Like,
I mean, like
I
anytime y'all
applaud
want
you
me
for
to.
that, man. Like, for real, man. You came on here and it was very subtle. This
And
was a great
one
ass
thing,
bill.
one thing I
Hey,
always
Ash.
think about is how many times have people like us in this lifetime on this plane from the beginning of time has built upon and and thought about these things that we thought about. That's why I say I'm glad I came to a certain level of darkness and blackness where I can understand that it's all a fight of the flesh.
Oh yeah,
Because trust and believe that what we talk about and what we think about and what the things that we want to do and have done, it's been done plenty of times.
Hey, hey, Antoine, bro. You
A
know,
sight of the
I know
skin.
we all just meeting you and everything and shit, and Rachel as well. But honestly, these days that I have built with y'all, man, you know, y'all some good grounded people, man. And you ain't never got to worry about trying to like water down what you want to say, bro. Trust me, we on the level where, man, we want to know exactly how a person feel, bro.
I second that
Oh, right,
truth.
You
right.
feel me?
I second that
Because
truth. He's
cause
always
you
been 100 on this shit, man.
yeah, he have,
Word, man.
bro, and we
Respectful too,
appreciate that
man.
shit, bro.
Hell
That's
yeah.
what we
Yeah.
like, people that can be 100 and that can disagree, can respectfully agree and disagree at the same time, and we can keep it pushing and still be on the same playing field. Because when it all boiled down to it, we all on the same search of trying to find the real truth, which
And which
you
is
know
happiness.
yeah,
Yeah,
which can take a
right.
lifetime. You
Far
feel me?
and few in between. Yeah, that. Oh, jeez.
And
Yeah,
if you
y'all
and if
good
you
peoples.
yeah, and that's the one thing that I noticed is that when it comes to the energy, most people don't realize that even when you're looking at certain religions, look at how these people are happy with what you would consider a religion or something that's quote unquote their culture. So that's why we have to keep, like researching to make sure we understand the difference between a religion, a culture, corporation, and all these other different things that confined us to these laws and these ecclesiastical laws and everything that go into the old from the new.
Right,
We got to break down the old and the new,
right,
and in order to get to the new, we got to know thyself. And by knowing thyself, we can't keep arguing with each other the way that we do. We have to build and understand, or just research and try and figure out if there's some type of understanding or level of understanding in what it is that a person is explaining. Because in the age of information, everything is right there. We have to use it while we can before they take it away.
right. Hey, bro, I don't want to cut you off, man. I just want to say, man, I see my Detroit mom up in the chat, man. Hey, mom, I love you. Tasha Henderson, what's up? Thank you for coming in and showing some love. My bad, child. That's my
Already. That's dope.
Nah, you good, you good.
hey, but you know something though, bro? One thing that I came into understanding is that realistically, it's two basic universal laws that a lot of these so-called laws kind of fall under. And when the titles came about, that came the contractual parts aspect of these statues that they placed upon us. So where like I'll be on the bill with y'all, and like I'll tell you straight up, like, man, my people was of the Choctaw Nation and shit, whoop the bam. But I'm also well grounded to understand that those names was given to my peoples and shit by the very people that got us cast up under these spells of these fake ass laws. So when I deal with them on the basis that I am a natural man up under the creator from this land. Because I know once I start dropping titles and shit along the lines of some tribal shit, that somewhere along the line it was some type of contractual agreement that was
Amen.
made up under that name that they gave us. Cause to be honest and shit, who's to say our people, whatever tribe you from, that's what they called each other, Choctaw or Chickasaw, Creek, Cherokee, Apache. They probably didn't call themselves that. It was just probably a understanding of agreement that they understand that these foreigners called them that. So that was a way for them of communicating of who they are or whatever. But you just have to be understanding of the fact that man, a lot of our peoples, no matter on what level you looked at, eventually sold us out. And they sold, like, case in B, a half breed Cherokee brother sold out and signed that land removal act and shit, and pushed the whole tribe of Cherokee up out of the Tennessee area. You know what they did to him? They knew they had to go because he was considered classified as one of the chiefs at the time, but they hung him because he sold out the people and shit, man. So it's nice to know where your people came from and the understanding this shit. But when you dealing with these people, you gotta understand that they got names and certain titles in place to be able to trap you still up under the spells and shit. And one thing I do notice is that it wasn't just done to us. You gotta think about it. Think about all the Eastern Europeans that they did that shit to as well. Cause they did it to them before they came here. You feel me? So the people that's doing this shit, it's a global aspect, and they use all this other stuff to keep us divided because they know once we can put that past that or whatever, we can be so united and grounded, man, that nothing will be able to stop us to accomplish a living, life how it's supposed to be and shit, and I try to break up out of that and shit so that like I'm just grounded and I'm happy and no worries from petty ass things and shit like if I want to drive or if I want to just grow my own food or collect my own water or whatever the case may be, man, the way we live in life now, like I'm pretty sure everybody in agreement or some type of understanding that we know this is not what life is really about, and we really not living life how the creator meant for us to live, because all these things is pretty much man-made and man-made image and program into what we think it should be and shit.
That's it, brother. That's it. I mean, we have to even think of the information that we have available to us. The elites are in control of that.
The information that we have right now is basically helping us to understand what they are doing when it comes to their chess moves. So what you have to realize is when you go back and you start researching your family and you start researching the history of your family, what type of Democratic parties were they dealing with at that time? What type of Republican parties were they dealing with at that time? Because you always heard the OGs tell us, don't worry about this, don't worry about that. Our vote don't count, XYZ, blah, 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 blah. But what you come to realize is because we were doing that, they had to redline the districts of our communities.
Look, brother, because we picking, I mean, not we, but the people in the system are picking one side of evil. It's like, it don't matter.
Exactly.
You're still picking evil.
Yeah,
Right? Like, go
you
back to what Brother Truth said. We know
Exactly.
we not living our best lives, for lack of a better term.
you
But
You
but
got
know?
think but think about it. That money has to go to A, B, and C.
Hey, brother Antoine, can I ask you a question real quick, bro, on some real shit?
No,
Uh,
I'm just saying, like when you research your communities,
right.
listen, like when you're doing what you're doing for your communities, look at where the money that's coming in and the money and everything that you're doing for your communities. Look at where that money is going and how it's circulating within your communities.
Right.
That's what a lot of
No,
people
you're
got to
right,
pay
brother.
attention to.
Hey,
You're right.
hey,
I just
Not
want
to
to
take
break down
across
real
from the
quick.
from the vote. I'm not
For
trying to get on no
excuse
politics and
me,
stuff
for
like that.
for one, it's going to taxes.
No, yeah, you're right. You're right.
I
I
mean,
just wanted to say real
taxes is
quick
just the one thing. Go ahead, my brother.
what I was saying was I just wanted to break down that listen, I'm me, I can just talk personally, and I don't I am a man of respect and honor and loyalty. But me being a human, I know I don't trust myself. You get
Right.
what I'm saying? And
Exactly.
I know that all this shit is tainted because us as humans are tainted. So we wanna go ahead and do these things, but we wanna
It's
take
like
it
the
with a
churches.
grain of salt. Yeah, man, it's like
Hmm.
everything is tainted, man. Because we're
hey,
living in this material world.
Right.
And the
hey,
material
hey,
world itself is tainted.
But
hey,
we
brother
gotta
Antoine.
find a point where we can build upon each other
You're
the
right.
same way we're doing with the Cash App. You
No,
see
you're
what I'm
right.
saying?
And
Hey,
don't let me
We
get
we
it
gotta.
wrong. Don't. I apologize,
No,
y'all. It's a beautiful world.
I'm not
Yes,
saying
it's a
that.
beautiful world, and we can do it. We
Yeah,
doing it
yeah.
together as a people right now, right here.
Hmm.
This is what we doing. I mean, bringing it into the physical.
Right.
I
hey,
mean, and like I said, if I can help anybody, I would love to help anybody. I need help myself, but it's all right. I don't mind extending my hand to
Right.
anybody.
Hey,
Now as far as the negative go, and truth, you could take it over. I don't have time for that. I really
Yeah,
don't.
yeah, we
yeah.
definitely
I
don't. But
mean,
yeah, go ahead, Truth.
Hey, no, what I was just trying to basically say was, listen, to what you was talking about right now, as far as like, and everything that you was saying, bro, is factually right in the reality that we in today, as far as like the way the money flows into our community and everything. But see, when I say that we not living life, according to the eyes of the creator, bro, is that this is not even a system made of the creator, because all these things that we paying for that's supposed to be just normal basic life needs was given to us for free, but somehow we've been manipulated to materialize natural shit that was really here at no expense except for you just putting the work in, your
Yeah.
food, grow
Yeah,
your crops, you feel me?
the
Yeah,
Ecclesiastes and
right. You feel me? And
all
this
these different
and the
laws,
right.
and yeah, it
Not
goes
even
back to
but
the Old Testament leading up to the New Testament.
right.
Not to get into that, but I understand where you're coming from, with that portion. But you also have to understand that there are people who are of everyone, just being like, if you want to just say human,
Right.
they still have to deal with some type of control mechanism that's a binary factor into a religion or X, Y, and Z. There's no
Right.
getting out of that
But you but you
system.
know but you
But
know how
we,
you break that system though, bro? And this is just my personal opinion, bro, is you, in order to lead this system, bro, you gotta play the system. And what I mean play the system, I don't mean scam the system, bro.
of course,
You feel me?
you can't scam
Yeah,
the system.
yeah, they not
You
gonna let that happen.
they
So
got too many cyber capabilities to catch anything that you're doing
right.
nowadays.
So
nah,
what?
y'all both right. Y'all both right.
So this is my understanding, bro. Like this is one of my ideas on how you get out of this system. All right,
The glitches, you
you
heard?
you you get you get
Yeah,
you a you
everything
get
is an
you
algorithm
you
right
you
now.
get you get you a few like minded brothers and sisters. Right now, y'all draw y'all resources together as much as possible, and you get this land. And yeah, you got to get it by the ways of the system, but you get it.
But
Yes.
remember,
Yes.
Once you get that right,
Yes.
now you're able to produce not only your own food, but you can build your own shelter and run your own system. And yeah, you might have to pay those property taxes, but you
no,
can
no,
go
no,
out, but
not
you
the
can go,
property taxes.
but you
You
can go out and barter your food to be able to afford that. But now you're in a position where you don't have to touch that system whatsoever, and then you get your paperwork in order, which letting them know that you are in your correct standing as a natural man
it's the
above anything but the creator,
but what I'm saying is, when you look at the way they designed this system and the way they keep creating the laws, that's why we got to protect ourselves, and like protect, like who we are as humans, or whatever it is you're trying to call yourself, because whatever label you place upon yourself, it always deals with a caste system and a society.
Yes, sir.
And that's what a
Yeah.
lot of people don't
Yes,
understand,
sir.
is that we're caught in a caste system and we can't get out of that caste system. And
Right.
Can't.
then when it comes to agriculture, like I told you, my family, I'm from South Georgia. We got elder seeds. The problem is they're trying to tell us what seeds we can grow.
Right. Facts.
That's what we got to deal with. We gotta grow their genetically modified seeds, where you're growing fruits and plants that don't have, they're seedless, which
Right.
doesn't make any sense.
That's not
So
natural.
exactly. And what we're trying to do is go back to being organic, but they don't want us to do that. That's the true fight that a lot of people don't realize, is that we want to be as organic as we can, but in order for us to be organic, we have to be, you know,
Yo,
not
family.
on a hush, but just starting in different sections, and like working our way around until the path is clear when it comes to people that own land. Because like I said, we got land down south. Don't think we don't got it.
Yeah.
Your
But they're
your
looking at
family.
what. Yeah, go ahead. My
Nah,
bad.
nah, you know, you right. I'm gonna give it right back to you. But as far as like the organic part that you said, look what the hell they got us doing, man. We can't even interact with each other face to face, so we have to scramble and be on a fucking chat and
Fucking chat.
live.
Exactly.
We have
Yeah.
to fucking bend to get the organic shit, man.
Hey,
So
brother
they can
Antoine.
listen to what we
Hey,
with.
hey, Antoine.
Yeah.
Have you had a chance to like literally sit down with a 1-on-1 with Naughty, bro?
I haven't had a chance to do a one-on-one with Naughty, but I've been on when Naughty was on. But
You
I'll
you should
definitely
you
do
should
that.
you should speak to him because man, he has information, bro, that can show you how you can get around all those UCC codes that we call laws and statutes, bro.
But remember,
Where they can't tell you what to do on your own shit. You feel me, bro? I'm talking about, man. I just just talk to
but
the brother,
remember,
bro.
Agri came from our family here.
Yeah,
That's what they don't
facts.
want people to understand. They keep cartwheeling and trying to show people like, yeah, like Egypt this, Egypt that. That's all cool. But when it came to the agri came from here. Like everybody was doing trade. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know why people don't realize that people were doing trade. How can you have ivory all the way up in Newfoundland?
Right.
646 out of the 648 crops that originate in America are found in, Africa. Like all of these, I
Yeah.
mean, it's like, come on, man. Like they know we're finally waking up to what was going on. Like the way that we were basically, when it came to this capitalist system,
Facts.
they took it over, but we're getting back into the realm of how it came about, how it begat. And on top of that, we're starting to learn what's happening to the elder seeds.
Right. They trying to control the narrative of that now.
Exactly.
That's why you see movements coming out like Black Lives Matter, the ADOS movement and all that. And it's not to say that it's not no people in there that's genuine about that shit.
Right.
I would never doubt that.
Mm-hmm.
But the top brass of what controls how the movement moves and shit, bro, I am very suspect about that. Like with the Black
They got
Lives
to
Matter.
show me. Yeah,
Yeah,
they would have to show me. Yeah.
Black Lives Matter to be pointing example. You feel me? Here it is. This was a grassroots movement all over, and they had to put a face on it. What they do, they put three gay, and not no disrespect to nobody that's gay, but they put three gay people as the top brass receiving
To
funds from
push that agenda. Yeah,
right, and
you're
it
right.
became, and that's the thing. You feel me? It seems like damn near every so-called black people movement that goes about, it always eventually turns to a gay agenda because something go wrong with them, and now we got to go out and support them. Like, nah, fam,
Mm-hmm.
like I won't be the one out there protesting against them, but I damn sure ain't finna be out there protesting with them because that goes against nature. Anything that goes against nature goes against the creator.
Yeah, the
And I would,
splicing of genes, the
yeah,
splicing of
sex
seeds.
change and
Exactly.
all that
Yeah.
shit, that you playing God now in the wrong way. He gave us a part. I'm not gonna say he, but the creator gave us a part of it that's somewhat similar with creation with the woman. Now, no matter how much the woman is precious, you can't get that creation of life without the man and the woman. So they are equally on the same playing fields, and they both have individual, very important roles when it comes to surviving in the way that the creator created this playing field. And it's all been misconstrued and you feel me, and motherfucking, just thrown all out of whack. You feel me, bro? Like everything is out of whack. The way our food grow, the way our air breathe, the way our waters move. You feel me? Just everything is out of whack right now. Like, man, and we just play it off like it's like people so dumbed down now that they show it directly in their face and they still don't do nothing about it. Like what the fuck is going on? Like, come on, man. We can't be that dumbed down that
Nobody,
people.
ain't nobody dumbed down. Truth, these motherfuckers is embracing it. They not caring.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
mean,
they don't
bro.
care.
They don't
Our
care.
Nobody's
bodies.
taking the time to stop because they realize if they stop, they're gonna have to think. And when they think, they're gonna start thinking about the things that they've done. So they continue to keep speeding and speeding until they fucking crash. We all crashing. And when I say we, I don't mean us. I mean us
as a
as a
whole.
humans. As
Yeah.
humans. We all crashing.
Our bodies are telling on us. Some of us got knots on our knees. We got cysts on our ankles. The foods we're eating is causing us to blow our nose more. It's like, why am I eating all this fruit, but I'm producing all this mucus? It's like most people are not paying attention to like the foods that they're consuming because of everything that's going on in like our lifetime, because our lifetime is predicated upon their life expectancy of what they want us to believe our life is supposed to be by what they show us. Have you ever noticed your body breaking down, or your
Oh
you
yeah.
feeling pains in your ankles and all
Yeah.
these other, it's like stuff just start happening slowly but surely. You have to pay attention to that because your body don't lie to you.
But bro, that goes against what I said. You know what I was saying early, bro. They trying to control the narrative. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's why I never would tell a person that I am vegan, bro, because I know that is a controlled narrative. Here it is. You
Mm-hmm.
got people think they healthy
Healthy.
because they
Yep.
stop eating meat, but they not even checking on the damn fruits and vegetables that they eat. You not even knowing where these vegetables come from, if they got seeds or not. You don't care. You out here eating
Yep.
seedless watermelons that still got fake seeds in them. You know, seedless grapes, seedless this. You know, I don't want nothing that's seedless because I know it's not real. I might as well eat a burger. You feel me? Like,
It's like the Matrix.
yeah,
when
bro,
when
it's
buddy when buddy
crazy.
when buddy was explaining when the female was eating that cake and he intensified the flavor.
Right.
That's all it is, man. It's like they know how to intensify or splice fruit and vegetables and foods to the point where when we eat it, we think that we're getting all the proper nutrients and everything that we're getting. And then with the water, it's the same thing. And then when you start looking at certain YouTube videos, they're showing you take this water that's supposed to be pH 7, and then when you boil it in a pot, it leaves calcium deposits that chalky stuff. It was leaving all that chalky calcium deposits in the pot. But yet people paying like $2 and some change for this water that's supposed to be pH 7 or uh electro 9 XYZ, and they boil it and it's leaving white deposits in the pot,
And
showing
it
you
should, and
that calcium, that's what builds up in your liver,
shouldn't be
in your
doing that at all.
gallbladder.
It
Yeah,
shouldn't
that's
be
what
doing
caused
that
Already,
at
yeah,
all.
already.
that's what caused the kidney stones.
Yeah, bro.
You thinking the juice is causing the kidney stones? It's that damn water.
Hell yeah, bro. You
That's some
right,
real
bro.
shit.
And the thing is, bro, that's why I be telling motherfuckers, like, niggas be like, man, what type of water you drink? What you be out like? Don't get it twisted, bro. When I'm out on the road and I'm buying small bottles, like, yeah, I only drink Fiji, my dude. But when I bring this shit home for home for me, I get this spring water called Nice at Walgreens, bro. You feel me? It's $1.50 a gallon, and it come four in a case and shit, bro. And I can boil this water, and I don't see that calcium build up, and the pH levels is at 7.2. You feel me?
Yeah.
It ain't, and I use this. I use the gallons to cook with, and I buy the bottled waters to drink. You feel me? And when I
Right.
boil, like when I make wild rice or some shit like that, or I got to boil some water for my tea or something, bro, you don't see no calcium up in it whatsoever, bro. And my brother put me on to that because he was telling me, like, bro, you out here spending this old expensive ass money on this weak ass water. He was like, man, this the one I get
Yeah.
right here, bro.
That distilled.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he drink distilled too, but this is just
Mhm.
natural
Yeah,
spring
that's
water.
natural spring water. And we can't find a lot of people who can sell that natural spring water. You know why? Because a lot of our families inherited lands where they own these spring water systems, and they just don't have the money to put towards basically factoring out that water the same way they would do well systems down in like South Florida and North Georgia and South Florida or
Hey,
South Georgia,
hey, my mom just
that
dropped
well
the.
water.
Hey, my mom just dropped a jewel in the chat. She said add vinegar to your boiling water to remove that calcium.
Yeah, and the lemon and the lime. But
Yeah, the
the
limes
problem
too.
the problem is the lemons and the limes. You sitting there like trying to read the see where
Well,
they come from.
you want to get the key lines from south of the border, bro. Real
Right,
talk.
right,
A lot of my
exactly.
fruits and vegetables, bro. I go to like Hispanic markets because I know they import a lot of this
The
stuff from their
farmers
home.
markets.
Yeah,
Speak on it, brother.
they import a lot of their foods from their home country and shit where they not under the laws of our farmers and stuff like here, where they tell them what to grow, what seeds to use, all that shit. They not up under that. So I trust an international or a Hispanic market and shit a little bit more than my own, even more than the farmers market, because it can be organic, but where do you get your seed from? Has that seed been in your families for generations? You feel me? Or did you just started to grow one day and you just grab seeds and shit? Because it can be grown organically, but if it's been spliced and shit, it's already contaminated before the first root even popped up out of it. So, people do need to do a little bit more research on what they eat and man, find out what's hybrids, what are still natural or close, or even if it's a hybrid, if it's a natural hybrid, it happened in nature and not, man, manipulating some shit like that, because a lot of that plays a lot of part in our health. And when your health is out of whack, your spirit is out of whack. And you need all those components right there, all on the same level of playing field where they
Yeah,
healthy and they able to build and shit.
real shit. Hey, well, I gotta get up for work in the morning, and I appreciate you brothers coming out and us having another amazing build. And I appreciate everybody coming out and tuning in. It's been a lovely show. It has been amazing, second to none.
That's what's up. Hey,
And again, I give all you brothers the adulation. I cannot stop. I just got to keep praising you brothers for coming onto the panel. You know what I'm saying? And expressing your sentiments. It's been amazing. Real.
hey, man, thanks for having me on, bro. You feel me? I want to say, man, peace to Quentin. Is always love when I see you, bro. Court, and also want to say, man, it's all love to the new people, that's been coming around lately. They definitely strong and like-minded people and stuff. Antoine, Rachel, man, we appreciate y'all coming through. Hope to see you a lot more. Because y'all very knowledgeable and very humble. And, that's what's missing a lot of days amongst these checks. It's too much ego. And, y'all are definitely some humble people, man. And, it's all love. I appreciate y'all. Thanks again, Knowledge.
Already, truth. You already know.
Appreciate it, knowledge. I just want to say, give a shout out to Truth, Harry, Court, everybody that was on the panel. The sis, Rachel, and yeah, this was a good build for me when it comes to just reaching out and understanding Court's families, history, because everybody's history is important. You can't just look at somebody's history and then push it to the side. So I definitely love how you did this, and
Well,
hopefully we can.
I can say I liked the energy of this panel.
Right. It didn't go north or south or anything like that, and I definitely appreciate that, and I appreciate Court for explaining and doing what he do, because I know he a knowledgeable brother, and we always gotta appreciate our brothers. It don't matter, whatever socio-political constructual color of law they want to place us in, we all gonna build. And I definitely appreciate it, man. Hopefully we can do this again.
Already, brother. Already, man. As always, I thank everybody for coming out and catching another episode of Knowledge Uprising. I'm Lindsay. Until next time, Peace. Oh, and the back chat's still open after the live. So you brothers ain't got to hang up.
Nah.